Into this world we have come alone. Or jaye he akela. And in a similar manner, when we take our exit, we shall leave alone. 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का लीला. When we do take stock of our lives, we realize that this life is a very short visit to a Mela. This is a world of strangers. No one is yours. Although everyone lives, I am still alone. आए ही अकेला और जाए ही अकेला.
प्रेम से बोलो श्री कृष्ण भगवान की जय। You may not have noticed on your flyer that there is an aspect of meditation that the family requests. So it's impromptu to some extent how we format it. However, I will do opening invocation and then I'll pass over to the appropriate person to conduct the meditation, and after that we will do the sankalp and start the Anteshti Sanskar. The Anteshti Sanskar ceremony is the funeral. Anteshti means funeral, Ant means end, and Ishti means sacrifice. So during the journey of one's life, there are many sanskars that takes place, even from before conception, there's a sanskar that parents take. And then 3 months in the womb, there's a sanskar that is done. 7 months in the womb, a sanskar is done. And then the more familiar ones are like the 6 days, the 12 days. And then Viva Sanskar, everybody knows that one. Viva Sanskar, the wedding. And then this last Sanskar, Antishti Sanskar. Ant meaning end, and Ishti means sacrifice. Sanskar is a two-part word as well. Is Samyaka, which means good, and Kar means action. So Antishti Sanskar is the last sacrifice of good action that is about to be performed by the sons of this home, sons and grandsons of this home. So today, as we meditate upon Sri Krishna Bhagwan, Prabhu, before we do anything, you know what is in our hearts. Before we speak, you listen. Before we think, you already understand. Allow us to be aware of your presence, now and always. Om Sri Keshavaya Namaha. Om Madhavaya Namaha. Om Narayanaya Namaha. Om Pavitra Pavitro Sarvasangato Piva Yasmani Pundari Kaksha Sabhavayantaraha Suchihi. Om Yam Brahma Varuvindaro Damurtaha Stunvanti Divya Istavehi Vede Sangha Pada Kamopanishadai Gayanti Yam Samaga Dhyana Vastata Gatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yasyantam Navidu Sura Suragana Devaya Tasmai Namaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha Om Shantakaram Bhujagashayanam Padmanayam Suresham Vishwadharam Gagana Sadrisham Meghavarnam Shubhangam Lakshmi Kantam Kamalanayanam Yogi Bhirdhyanagamyam Vande Vishnu Bhavayaharam Sarvaloke Kanatam Sarvaloke Kanatam Hari Om Tatsat Hari Om Tatsat Hari Om Tatsat Prem se bolo Sri Krishna Bhagwan ki jai. I now pass you over to meditation.
As we welcome each and every one of you today, pass you now to Brother Harry and we grant you the center.
Namaste. Sitaram. Assalamu alaikum. Om Shanti. On behalf of the Rookmineah Yoga Center, I express our deepest sentiments to the family here this morning. Our dear sister Indrani has been affiliated with this organization for over 25 years and has been practicing meditation, something which I'm sure she has also been sharing with this family. I was here for the passing of the father of this home. We had satsang together, and today I would say it is a pleasure for me to be here, and now the mother of this home is also taking leave. There are three main things, or three main aspects I will share with you. One, and this is a lesson for all of us whilst we are alive, and of course it also associated with the present moment. These three things are, the first thing is, who am I? Secondly, who do I belong to? And what is my purpose in this world? These three rituals I'm sure you are going to observe to be performed in a couple of minutes' time. We place the tika in the center of the forehead, even where the soul has left the body, because it's the form of identity. Who am I? I am that soul which once resided in this physical body, but now has left this body. Secondly, who do I belong to? We are all children of the one Almighty God. And so my identity is, as a child of God, what is my role, what is my purpose on this world? And that is, each and every one of us aspires personally as well as in our society. And that is to have peace of mind. And in order to do that, we establish very good communication with one another. So firstly, we put the tika, symbolizes the soul and the body. Secondly, my identity, I'm a child of God, and this is why we make offerings and prayer to that God the Almighty. And third, I will also suggest this morning that later when we all offer flowers. Flowers symbolizes virtues. So when you are going to offer a flower on this coffin to our mother, when you put in that flower, remember a virtue, a quality that you know her, you have experienced with her. Just don't put a flower. If she was loving, caring, kind, etc., as you put this flower, remember that virtue. And another thing that we will be doing this morning is to spray perfume. Perfume is the symbol of relationships. So when you have good qualities, you will have good relationships. So we will say that the soul rest in peace, etc. But the way for that to happen is for us to remember those qualities, those virtues, those moments, those precious moments that we have had with her. In so doing, 2 words: thank you. Thank you for your love, your care, your affection. Even at times you had to discipline me, it was for my benefit. So let us give those words of gratitude to our dear mother this morning and send her with the words of thank you for the virtues that you have exemplified in your life and the relationships that you have maintained with all of us. I now guide you for 2 to 3 minutes in meditation. Meditation is where we want to keep very fixed thoughts about the soul and its relationship with God, and to invoke God's blessing upon the soul who has departed this body. Remind yourself, I am a soul, a tiny spark of divine energy, a conscient light seated in the center of the forehead. I am a pure divine being. I am an embodiment of peace, an embodiment of love, an embodiment of happiness and divine virtues and powers. As child of God the Almighty, I think of that Supreme Father, Supreme Soul, God Father Shiva. The supreme light which is in the seventh heaven or the soul world. Visualize that the light of the Almighty is radiating upon each and every one of us at this moment. Take that power, that strength of God within ourselves. And then let us all also radiate those qualities and virtues, our good wishes, our pure feelings, for this soul of our dear God, who have spent many, many years of wonderful time with us. That God's light and our pure thoughts and good wishes are giving thanks to God, so that with these words of gratitude, that soul will leave this home in lightness and happiness. And as that soul moves to another home, with another family, that in a very short space of time, she will be welcomed to enjoy and continue from where she has left in this home. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you very much.
Praise the Lord, Sri Krishna Bhagavan. So we are about to take the sankalp, the intention, the promise, the resolution. This starts today and it continues for the next 10 days until the discharge. It continues for the Bandara, and every month there's an offering that is made until the 1 year time. So whilst at the beginning of every ceremony, we will make a sankalp, this one, and teach the sanskar in your mind. That thought is you are going to perform to the best of your ability all the rites and rituals on behalf of your dear mom, grandmom, and so forth. Right? Om Sri Vishnave Namaha, Om Sri Vishnave Namaha, Om Sri Vishnave Namaha. Om Vishnu 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 Adhya Shri Brahmano Hi Dvait Paradi Shve Shve Parakalpe Vaibhasman Vantari Ashtari Shatutame Kalyugi Kali Pratam Charane Trinidadi Shri Barrackpore Gram Sri Punya Kshetri Bhaura Gurkare Vartamani Yatanam Samvatsare Sri Jeshta Mahasha Shukla Paksha Sri Shashti Tithau Sri Ashlesha Nakshatra Sri Harshana Yoga Sri Kaulavakarana Sri Shubha Mangal Vasre Sri Shubha Ananda Yoga Sri Amukha Rashi Sthite Surya Amukha Rashi Sthite Shashanka Cha Shisheshu Graheshu Yata Yata Rashi Stan Sthiteshu Amukha Gotrasya Mukyanam Amukha Pretasya Antishti Karana Sri Aham Karishye Sri Krishna Arpa. Om Adhyamakagotrasya Dolly Jagmohan Pretasya Mritasthana Shivanimitam Snanamayadiyate Tapo Pratishtatam. Om Sri Om Sri Amakagotrasya Sri Dolly Jagmohan Pretasya Sri Mritasthana Shivanimitam Snanamayadiyate Tapo Pratishtatam. Om Adhyamakagotrasya Sri Dolly Jagmohan Pretasya Mritasthana Shivanimitam Snanamayadiyate Tapo Pratishtatam. Narayanaaya Govindaya Namo Namaha Sri Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Adhyamakagotrasya Sri Dolly Jagmohan Pretasya Sri Mritasthana Shivanimitam Snanamayadiyate Tapo Pratishtatam. Narayanaaya Govindaya Namo Namaha Sri Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Adhyamakagotrasya Sri Dolly Jagmohan Pretasya Sri Mritasthana Shivanimitam Snanamayadiyate Tapo Pratishtatam. Snanamayadiyate Tapo Pratishtatam. Om Govindaya Namo Namaha Sri Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Om Adhyamakagotrasya Sri Dolly Jagmohan Pretasya Sri Mritasthana Shivanimitam Gandhamayadiyate Tapo Pratishtatam. Gandhamayadiyate तवो प्रतिष्ठिताम् ओम गोविंदाय नमो नमः। ओम श्री कृष्णाय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। ओम अध्यापक गोत्रस्य श्री डॉली जगमोहन प्रेतस्य श्री गंधम मृतस्थान शिवनिमित्तं मया दीयते तवो प्रतिष्ठितां नारायणाय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। श्री कृष्णाय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम गंधम मया दीयते तवो प्रतिष्ठिताम् ओम मध्यामुख गोत्रस्य श्री डोली जगमोहन प्रेतस्य श्री अधीनम् गंधम मया दीयते तवो प्रतिष्ठिताम् ओम मध्यामुख गोत्रस्य डोली जगमोहन प्रेतस्य श्री मृतस्थान शिवनिमित्तं गंधम मया दीयते तवो प्रतिष्ठिताम् ओम गंधम मया दीयते तवो प्रतिष्ठिताम् ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम मध्यामुख गोत्रस्य डोली जगमोहन प्रेतस्य श्री मृतस्थान शिवनिमित्तं पुष्पमाला मया दीयते। ओम ओम श्री अध्यापक गोत्रस्य श्री डोली जगमोहन प्रेतस्य श्री मृतस्थान शिवनिमित्तं पुष्पमाला मया दीयते तवो प्रतिष्ठिताम् नारायणाय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। श्री कृष्णाय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम मध्यामुख गोत्रस्य श्री डोली जगमोहन प्रेतस्य श्री मृतस्थान शिवनिमित्तं पुष्पमाला मया दीयते तवो प्रतिष्ठिताम् हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण Hare Rama. Give a kind stand this time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Jai Krishna Hare, Sri Krishna Hare. दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय
Jai Krishna Hare, Shri Krishna Hare, Dukhiyon ko dukh dur kare. Jai 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 Krishna Hare. जब चार तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो। जब चार तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो। और कोई न के मनहारा हो, फिर कोई बेड़ा पार करो। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे, विष को भी अमृत कर दे। तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे, विष को भी अमृत कर दे। पूर्ण कर दे सबकी आशा, पूर्ण कर दे सबकी आशा। जो भी तेरा ध्यान करे, जो भी तेरा ध्यान करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। प्रेम से बोलो श्री कृष्ण भगवान की जय। You may take a seat at this time.
So we first spin down.
ओम अध्यापक गोत्रस्य श्री डॉली जगमोहन प्रेतस्य मृतस्थान शिवनिमित्तं ऐषते पिण्डमयादीयते तवो प्रतिष्ठिताम्, ऐषते पिण्डमयादीयते तवो प्रतिष्ठिताम्। ओम अध्यापक गोत्रस्य श्री डॉली जगमोहन प्रेतस्य श्री तिलांजलि मया दीयते तमो प्रतिष्ठिताम्।
So we go to Pratana, meditation, prayer towards Sri Krishna Bhagavan. The directions and the use of the index finger, we pay particular attention. It's normal Have you ever witnessed that before? No. Sometimes you use this ring finger, right? The ring finger normally. So the idea behind those gestures, rituals, is that first of all, salt, we face salt as the direction for the pitras and that loka, Bhagwan Yamaraj as well. So in times of Anteshti Sanskar and Bandhara and so forth, we face salt. And similarly, the use of the index finger in doing the ceremony, especially this type of ceremony, is that it is in relation to the jiva, the one that has passed away. And the index finger is symbolical of the jiva, the individual. So different schools of thought on what the hand and the fingers represent. Of course, bringing hands together means bringing our senses under control. It is the 5 jnana indriyas, the 5 senses of knowledge, perception, and karma indriyas, the 5 indriyas of action. So when you bring your hands together to pray, with the body, with the mind and the intellect, and most theologies, most religions have bringing your hand together. So the idea behind that bringing your hand together is to bring these senses, the eyes and the nose and the hearing, because in funeral and many ceremonies there are a lot of distractions. From the moment you start to meditate, your mind will move in all different directions. In fact, the mind moves in 216 directions at one time. So just imagine trying to control that drunken monkey. Right? So the use of this finger represents the individuality, the little finger represents the mana, this ring finger represents chitta, mind, consciousness, and the middle finger represents buddhi, intellect. The thumb represents Brahman, Paramatma. So in these rituals, we use the ego, the jiva, the individuality, the perception that we think we are separate from Bhagwan, but we are not. But the rituals helps us to connect with something higher. So meditate upon Sri Krishna Bhagwan as we do the Gita Jnanam and a few verses of Bhagavad Gita. Om Partaya Pratibodhita Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Kathita Purana Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshani Bhagavati Ashtarashadhyahini Amba Tvamanusantatani Bhagavad Gita Bhavadvaishani Namastute Vyasa Vishala Buddhi Pularvindra Yatra Patra Netra Yena Tvaya Bharata Taila Purnaha Prajwalito Jnanamaya Pradipaha Prapanna Parijataya Totra Vetraika Pane Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gitamrita Duvena Sarvopanishado Gavo Dogha Gopalanandanaha Partho Vatsusade Bhokta Bhoktam Gitamritam Mahata Vasudeva Sukam Devam Kamsa Chanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru Bhishma Dronata Jayatra Jajala Dhantarani Lopala Shaile Brahmavate Kripe Vahanani Karne Vilapula Ashvatama Vikarga Gora Makara Duryodhana Vardhani Sotirna Kalu Pandavayanagi Kaivataka Keshavaha Parasya Vacha Saroja Mamalam Gitar Gandho Katam Nana Kanakesham Harikatha Sambhodhana Bodhitam Loke Satyana Shatpade Haraha Ipayamanam Buddha Bhuyad Bharata Pankajam Kalimala Padvam Shrina Shreyase Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yatripatavaham Bande Paramananda Madhavam Yam Brahma Varvinda Ruda Mutaha Skulmati Divyestavegi Vede Sanga Padakam Upanishadai Gayanti Yam Samaga
ध्यानवस्थितगतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुः सुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः श्रीभगवानुवाच अशोचानन्वशोचस्त्वं प्रज्ञानवानं च भाषसे गतासु न गतासु च नानुशोचन्ति पण्डिताः न त्वेवाहं जातु नासं न त्वं न मे जनाधिपाः न चैव न भविष्यामः सर्वे वयमतः परम् देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहि कौमारं यौवनं जरा तथा देहान्तरप्राप्तिः धीरस्तथा न मूयते मात्रस्पर्शस्तु कौन्तेय शीतोष्णसुखदुःखदाः आगमापाहिनो नित्यः तांसि तीक्ष्णस्व भारत यं हि न व्यतयन्ते ते पुरुषं पुरुषर्षभ समदुःखसुखं धीरं सोमृतत्वाय कल्पते न सतो विद्यते भावो न भावो विद्यते सतः उभयोरपि दृष्टोऽन्यः वनयोस्तत्त्वदर्शभिः अविनाशी तु तद्विधि येन सर्वमिदं ततं विनाशं अव्ययं यास्य न कश्चित् कर्तुं अर्हति ॐ तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्ण अर्जुन संवादे सांख्ययोगो नाम द्वितीयोऽध्यायः। प्रेम से बोलो श्री कृष्ण भगवान की जय। Whenever we hear someone passes away, each one of us, certain thoughts come to us, certain emotions come to us. But the idea behind spirituality and the idea behind lifting oneself above the grossness of material existence is to tap into the subtlety of life. So young men like these, Brahmachari ashram is the first ashram, 0 to 25. You study, right? 25 to 50, you try to make money and build a house and get married. 50 to 75 is Vanaprastha ashram. That's the age that you try to put things in place. Making sure you do this, this is your house, this is certain things. You put things in place. Even for your last day. I already have a flight booked for when somebody passed away in New York to go and do that person's funeral. She already put that in place, apart from every other thing. So this is about putting things in place. 75 to 100 is the sannyas ashram, right? Some may reach, some may not reach. So as such, putting things in place means no, regardless of which ashram you are in. So the thoughts that come to us at the moment of hearing someone pass away depends on your level of spirituality. So in my case, one verse comes to my mind. And that verse, I probably repeated every single funeral. And the verse is, Dehi no sminyata dehi kaumaram yovanam jara tatha dehantara praptihi dhiras tatra namuyati. It reminds me, don't be foolish. Sri Arjuna, Sri Bhagavan, Sri Krishna Bhagavan is speaking to Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. And if Sri Krishna Bhagavan could tell Arjuna, don't be foolish, who is me? And you have to talk to yourself. We all have to talk to ourselves. In fact, that is the busiest conversation that takes place. Talking to yourself. That's all. When you're in meditation, as a rule, don't talk to yourself. So Sri Krishna Bhagavan is telling Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Dehino Sminyata Dehi Kaumaram Yovanam Tatha Dehatara Praptihi Arjuna. Dehino Muyate. Muyate means don't be foolish. Don't be silly, Arjuna. Dehino, Dehinaha, the Atma, in the Dehi, in the body, Dehino Sminyata Dehi, Kaumaram is youth. Kaumaram, Yauvanam. Kaumaram is boyhood. Yauvanam is youth. Kaumaram, Yauvanam, Jara is old age. So you see the three phases of life here, right? Right? Boyhood, teenage or adult, and then old age. Yauvanam, Kaumaram, Yauvanam, Jara. The next line is where philosophy applies. So Dehinosmin yata dehi kaumaram yauvanam jara tatha dehantara praptihi. So that means something happens to the changes of the body. It's a transference of something, and praptihi is success, achievement. Through the journey of life, our beloved Tanti Toy would have achieved many things in the journey. Many things in the journey. Through the journey. And we in our own way, and this is life. This is life. This is not academics, this is life. Building and making sure a family is well maintained. That's the idea. That is success. Praptihi. Dhiras tatrana muyati. So, in the journey of the body, Sri Krishna Bhagavan is telling Arjuna, he's saying, hey, have you not realized that even in this journey, for the adult to born, the teenager must die? Because you don't look like a child anymore. You don't look like a baby anymore. That baby has gone. That baby body has gone. That's called the Stula Sharir. Well, this body is Stula Sharir. The Atma and the senses is called Sukshma Sharir. Right? The subtle body. The Stula Sharir is the gross body. Sukshma Sharir is the subtle body with the senses. And Karana Sharir is the seed. It's that manas which goes in the journey, together with the Sukshma Sharir. So this teenager, this child body has died for the teenager body to be born. And the teenager body or the adult body will die for the old age body to be born. So in the journey, the changes in the body is happening. Because none of us look like children anymore. So that has gone. So Sri Krishna Bhagavan is telling Arjuna, even in this gross existence, you can visibly see changes happening. And that change is some sort of success. So why is it at the time of the dropping of the mortal coil, we are not basically seeing the growth that is going to happen. We are not seeing the growth that is going to happen. So the idea behind spirituality and the idea behind this existence is to help us to tap into something that is beyond the body, mind and intellect. Because the body, mind and intellect is part of the grossness of the world. This world is a world of object, emotions, and thoughts. This world is a world of objects, emotions, and thoughts. And our interaction with the Jagat as the Jiva is body, mind, and intellect. So the interaction is the body perceives objects. The mind feels emotions. And the intellect thinks thoughts. So this BMI
is body, mind, intellect. Our interaction is the PFT, which is the perceiver, the feeler, and the thinker. And the Jagat is the object, emotion, and thought. So if we analyze ourselves and our interaction with the world, we can see ourselves separate and apart from it. And the journey continues. That's the idea behind what Sri Krishna Bhagavan is telling Arjuna. The next verse, it says, Nasato vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate sataha, ubhayo dishtunyaha, tvanatos tvatya darshanihi. Of the transient, there is no endurance, and of the eternal, there is no cessation. This has verily been observed and concluded by the seers of truth after studying the nature of both. So, in other words, it is what is. What is not, and what is not cannot not be. And what is cannot not be, because it already is. So Sri Krishna Bhagavan is telling that confusing verse to Arjuna. And he's really trying to bring across the point of existence. Existence. And the easier example that I could give you to illustrate that verse is that when Mommy and Uncle Bharat, well, my latest memory is he had a yellow gallant. A yellow gallant. 1422. That's my latest memory. When they pull up here and they saw this lot, I explained the verse, I see everybody smiling because I think everybody gallant now. Remember 216 directions. So when they pull up here and they saw this lot, I say, nice. We got Bill here. What they did, they compartmentalized space and said, this is my 5,000 square feet. Right? They compartmentalized the space by putting the fence and saying, this is my space. Is the space here different from the space there? No. It's the same space. Right? Then Uncle went in the hardware with Mommy, and they bought the bricks, and they bought the cement, and they bought the gravel, and they built walls, and they built posts, and they put a house. Right? And then the painting house. The space became compartmentalized with living room, kitchen, bathroom, right? So, and after a little while, with all the children, they started to look for space, right? But space was always there, no? You started to look for space, but space was always there, agreed? So the house is in space, or space inside the house? Is the house in space? The house in space. What we get carried away with? The house. Are we looking for space in the house? But the house in space. This is what Sri Krishna Bhagavan is telling Arjuna. Atma, consciousness. The body in consciousness, or consciousness in the body? You just want to tell me house in space. Eh? Space is the subtlest of elements that exist in this local. You know the elements, right? 72% of this body is water. 12% of this body is earth. 6% is space, 6% is air, and 4% is fire. That's the Pancha Tattva. There's the 5 elements that make up this body. Space is the subtlest out of the 5 elements.
The house is in space. Is the body in consciousness or consciousness in the body? Is the body in the Atma or the Atma in the body? Think about it. Don't say. So who we think is Mama? Who we think is Auntie Tour? Who we think is Dolly Jagmohan? Is the body that is in consciousness. That person who we know is the Manas, is the Karana Sharir, is the seed, together with the Sukshma Sharir, the subtleness. And of course, through the journey, she would have developed perceptions, emotions, thoughts that made her the relation and the possessor of what exists in this world. But always remember that the house is in space. But if I take it one step further, there is no in and out. Just to confuse it more and more. There's no in and out. There's a oneness in the universe, and through the journey, you have to reach a point where you see oneness. You'll be able to see through walls and realize it is one space. There's no differentiation between it. But that will be your journey. That will be our journey. So with that, praise the Lord, Sri Krishna Bhagavan Ki Jai. I will pass on to the person who will do the eulogy. And then we haven't forgotten the immediate family to do their offering of flowers and so forth. We will do that at the end. Right? So the eulogy now.
My younger and brother Pandit, Kiran Maraji, all our friends, all our relatives, thank you for being here and supporting us and sharing this moment with us. I was literally nominated to give this eulogy, so let's start. My mom, Dolly Jagmohan, she was born on the 22nd of November 1947, which is 76 years ago. So Baba, she's in sannyasi stage. And she was born to the parents of Mana and Dan Ramlugan of Manuel Junction, Tabakuta. She was the last of 8 children. However, her mother died when she was just a little baby, and her father remarried, having an additional 4 children. Therefore, she was one of 12 children growing up in her home. Growing up in her father's house as a child, she was loved tremendously by all her siblings, especially by her oldest brother, Boy. To this day, my mother will still talk about Uncle Boy, even though he must have died like since 1990 something, 1993 or something. As she grew, 2 weeks before her 18th birthday, she got married to my father, Jagmohan. She was from Tabakit, and he was from Barrackpore. Alright? It's a long story how that connection was made. But that was all that she knew about him, as they had only seen each other 2 times before their marriage, because it was an arranged marriage. So upon marriage, she left her home in Tabakit and came to Barrackpore to start a new life with her husband. This marriage produced 6 wonderful children, 5 girls and 1 boy, and it lasted for 37 years, until the death of my father in 2002. Her married life would not have been either simple or easy. I think she had about 4 children in the first 5 years of marriage. We, all her children, we would often hear stories about how her father had a shop, and she was a girl child in the shop, and her father used to let her give credit to the villagers down there. And when she came here, it was totally different because we were just agricultural people. So after she got married, she had to learn how to adjust, which I'm sure would not have been easy. But my mother was no ordinary person. She was very resilient, and she was not afraid of hard work. Growing up, all of us, my sisters and my brother, we watched our mother make superhuman sacrifices along with my father for the benefit of the family. We've seen her work tirelessly day and night, and she was always the first one in the house to rise on mornings, and she'd always be the last one to go to bed at night. And somewhere in between, she had daily chores, which is not as modern as it is now. She had to make all the meals for us, the microwave. She used to go out by the road, all right, and fill water from the pipe stand. We didn't have this tap right here in the yard. She was always planting garden because, there's 6 children, they had to feed. She was always planting garden when it was cane time. Everybody can attest that she was always cutting and loading cane in the garden with her father. And still, she would always make time for her children, all right, for our activities. She was active in the PTA, as Ms. Vina will know. And she was never afraid to volunteer something, whether it was sugar cake or pillory, but she would never let us go to a fundraising event with our hands empty. At our home, she treated everyone who visited with respect and admiration and showed no discrimination between family members. She never said, well, that is your father's family, you go downstairs and say, this is my family, let me treat them differently. We never grew up with that. To us, our cousins were our cousins. It didn't matter which side they were from, they were just our cousins, all right? And just as she treated them, it's the same way they reciprocated that love and affection for her to this day. And I'm sure that is one of the reasons why in this weather, everybody has made an effort to come out. But over the years, they say things change, people grow and all of those things, right? So over the years, with hard work, cooperation, a good living, it wasn't always easy, all right, but we always had food on the table. We were lucky to see our parents progress, all right, and we were lucky to see the sacrifices bear fruits, all right, together as a family. We were able to build a home. We were always able to own a car before the PAN, we had the white, I think, something. Not Cortina, something else. So they were able to build this home for us, to have us secure in one place. It was always a secure, loving environment that you could come home to. Up to now, I've been married 25 years and this is still home. They were able to own a car, all right. They were able to educate their children, marry them, welcome grandchildren. My mother even saw great-grand, all right. They were even able to conduct pujas and yagnas at this home. Kiranji, you were just a little baby. And, they also spent time together. They also got to travel internationally. They went to Canada and Bermuda and maybe even New York together. But however, some of this changed in 2002 after my father died. By that time we were grown, so my mom's life changed again. And she had to show her strength, her willpower and her resilience all over again, just to get over the grief of losing my father after 37 years of marriage. Only this time, she had friends, okay? After being in Barrackpore for 37 years, she had made her own friends, she had her own network. Besides her 5 children, she always had Shaman, who would always be here whenever my mother had something before I reach. She always had Sharmity, 10 o'clock in the morning, Sharmity calling my mother to find out how she going. 10:30 for the latest, every single day. She had, don't talk about Elsie. Oh God, Elsie is a godsend. So she had her own friends, she had her own family. Everybody in the village loved and admired her. All right, I'm seeing Chunka from Granville here, she's still up the hill. So my mother she developed that. She was that kind of person. She was unique in that sense that she developed closeness because of the way she treated people. You know, she developed friendships and relationships. So after my father died, you know, we were older. We didn't have as much time for her because we were all working and things. So with all this extra time and this closeness with all these people who I just called, you know, like Shaman and Charity, Tante Kita, she turned all this energy that she had, all right, and she turned that energy and effort onto Bhagwan Sri Ram and the temple. Luckily for her, the temple was right across the road, you know, and that was like a new life for her. That was like she finding her a new calling, if I would put it that way. All right, she got a new lease on life. The temple and its members became her life. All right. All of a sudden, so I see that she was temple chef, coordinating all meals and powers at the events. All right. She once again, because she was going temple, she reacquainted herself with old friends, you know, that she never had time to see. All right, and she even made new friends, younger ones. But she enjoyed every single minute of it. Being in temple was never like a task, all right? She used to be calling me to tell me what the temple had, when I supposed to be telling she, you know? And, but we used to enjoy that together. I think that for the time that she was active in the temple, she was one of the biggest supporters that the temple had. She enjoyed all the activities that they hosted, and she enjoyed all the relationships that she forged there with everybody, all right? Mom used to tell, you know, she taught a lot to the younger ones. A lot of us learned to do stuff. Unfortunately, I wasn't one of them. But a lot of them learned how, you know, how to make root and all kind of thing. And, you know, she just enjoyed it. She gave herself to the Lord in service. And all of this was done without neglecting her family because, you know, she still had time for her grandchildren and for her children. My mother was very special to us, all of us. She was a gem that was given to us for just a certain period of time. And we understand that she was in sannyasi and these things happen. But you know, she wasn't always as vibrant as I said, because like in 2020 when the pandemic came, by the time the pandemic was finished, in 2021 or 2022, she started having problems, so she was starting to forget, all right? And I think it was a little bit of loneliness, but in the last month, in the end, yeah, she was able to overcome that. But my mother, outside of that, you know, she lived a good life. She was loved, she was laughter, she had friends, she had relatives. You know, she had, at one point in time, she even had the ladies group birthday club, all right? And maybe now I'm saying, maybe now, we still have to come to terms with it. But maybe now, the time has come for her to rest. And all we can do is we can pray that her soul find everlasting peace in the loving arms of Shri Krishna. We can never pay back my mother, none of us, for these kind of sacrifices she made. You know, as you get older, you realize the sacrifices that parents make, and we can never repay that. All that we can say is that we love you, and we'll always treasure you. We'll always treasure the moments that we spent with you, all the good times and the bad, and wish you, we wish you a safe journey in the loving arms of Shri Krishna. Om Shri Bhagavati Vasudevaya Namaha. I'm sorry, to come next is Shazam, that's my oldest nephew. Sorry about that. Yeah. No, separate altogether. Right. But you wanted to come directly after.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
Sitaram, pleasant good day to everyone. Firstly, thank you all for being here. You know, excuse my voice, for some magical reason I just lost my voice. How could one go from, you know, as my aunt just said, living in a shop, foreign country, coming to Barrackpore, becoming an agricultural person, to touching so many lives that everyone here today is present because of the same one person. And within that of itself is a miracle. I just want to pick up a little bit from what Babaji was saying. He quoted something from the scriptures, from the Bhagavad Gita, that he uses to cope in situations like this, right? And what he was saying was nothing less of the supreme knowledge itself, one that eradicates all sorrows. And I'm sure it confused us all to the core. You know?
You're welcome.
Right. So what I use is something, a simpler version that is from the Ramayana. The Kishkinda Kanda, to be exact. So I'd just like to share this with you all and hope that it brings some sort of, comfort within our hearts and our minds. So I do not know the exact verses and quotes like Babaji, but what I do know is the essence of the story. And it goes something like this. On the battlefield where Sri Ram engaged Bali in battle, he had slain him. And then he lay on the ground, and Bali's wife came out crying, which was Mata, crying, "Oh, you killed my husband. You did this to him. How could you do this? And you are the Supreme Lord." Sri Ram simply replied and said, "Mata, why are you crying like this? Why are you lamenting like this? If you are crying for the body of Bali, here he is laying right here. If you are crying for the soul, for the Atma of this body, I have sent him to my abode only." With the supreme knowledge, all crying stopped immediately, because Tara herself was already prepared. Her mind was ready for the supreme knowledge. So in this simple token, I hope we can understand that the journey here has finished. And the other part of our journey, which everyone keeps saying, and which is the core belief of our religious system, has now begun. So with that, I just have a few things to say again. This is a song entitled "You Died So I Can Live." It is mostly about me, but I cannot talk about myself without talking about my grandma. Bridges are built so one can cross from one plane to the next. Bridges are built upon pillars, and you were definitely a pillar in our life, and many others. You introduced me into the path of Sanatana Dharma, and for that I can never repay you, my dearest Mama. For 15 years, you sheltered, fed, and nurtured me. I was too young of a boy to understand the sacrifices you made for me. But today, as I stand here, I can proudly say, I would not have become the man I am today without you. What great karma I have done in my past life to be born under your care, to deserve such a beautiful soul as yours. It is our fundamental belief in Sanatana Dharma that one is born into a particular family only by the will of the Devatas, the ultimate design, the will of Mahamaya, the inevitable itself. How fortunate was I to be born under your care, Mama. I am eternally in your debt for everything you did to me. As I write this, I say to you, rest assured, your grandson will forever carry on your memory with victory, love, and happiness. You selflessly served your duty to your husband, children, family, friends, the Satya Drishti spiritual and sporting group, and the community at large. And with this perfect execution of your duty, you touched us all in a way that can never be replaced. Your flawless, selfless action deserves the highest place in heaven only. You were many things amongst us. You were many things. You are exceptionally a stunned devotee of Mahavir Swami. And on this day of your victory, may he accompany you to your heavenly abode. As we perform your final rites, we say goodbye to you in this form with a heavy heart. We pray Lord Krishna guides your Atma to your eternal abode. Your work here is over now until we meet again. Thank you.
So this time I have my Pandit brother here, Pandit Kiran. He's from this area. And we are part of the Pandit's pressure of the Sanatana Dharma Sabha. We have been in many classes, Pandit's classes together. And from Jyotish to Purohitya, so now I guess a combination of Anteshi Sanskar and many other knowledge sharing classes. And only recently, when I say recently, I mean when I parked up there, he came to the car and he said, "You Pandit Sundarsan?" I said, "Yeah." And then he showed me his hands and all his paws raised in his hands. And he said, "I did puja here for your father when they had here." He said, "You was around?" I said, "Yeah." I think. I'm not sure. Well, that's actually the truth. We are always around. Because you remember, we get so caught up in the body identity, we think we are moving from Shrabonas to Barrackpore. But if I am such an Ananda, if I'm true consciousness and blissfulness, it is right here. Consciousness is right here and Shrabonas. It doesn't change. So I am present here and I am present in Shrabonas at the same time. What moves is only the body. But consciousness is here and they at the same time. So yes, Pandit Kiran, I am Pandit Sundarsan. So I'm actually just say whatever you choose, because the second thing he said that Mommy is like a mother to him. Two things. You Pandit Sundarsan? Mommy is like a mother to him. Jai Bhagwan. Prem se bolo, Sri Krishna Bhagwan ki Jai. So I'll pass over to you.
Sit down, devotees. Let me have the brother get the class points, let's close our eyes and take about the people with Shana Mantra. Hari Om Om Tumev Mata Chapita Tvameva Tumeva Bandhus Chasakha Tumeva Tumeva Vidyadravinam Tumeva Tumeva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Hari Mapitri Bhagwan ki Jai. Devotees, let me pay my respects to Panditji, Pandit Vishal, the members of the Jagmohan family, the Drami and the extended family, immediate and the extended family, and to all my respected elders. That particular mantra, devotees, it speaks of relationships. And if I am to dive into the meaning of that mantra, it's going to take us a lot of time. But Panditji have already said to relationships. We are all related in some way or other to the departed. We are all related to each other in some way or other. That's the reason why we are here, to share together in this time of loss. Let me go not too far back, but in the distant past. The upper Barrackpore and the lower Barrackpore community was connected, through my cousin Sharmati Maharaj at the point in time and Ramchand Mutilal, through their marriage, many, many years ago. And through that relationship is because I came into contact with members of the Jagmohan family. Sam, yes. To all of us, yes, Mommy was a pillar. But the foundation for the mandir across road began here. Everything that transpired, if we can identify with a mandir, that is a Satyavishri mandir across road, this foundation is here. Mr. and Mrs. Jagmohan, they were the pillar, they were the core, they were the catalysts that brought the lower Barrackpore community together in many different ways. And I always refer to as Mrs. Jagmohan because that's where I grew up, 30 to 40 years ago, we became into contact. And in this village, this home was the epicenter for everything that happened, more or less. Not just in the village, but the community of Lower Barrackpore came together because of this family. And again, I am grateful for
the relationship we share. We have all gathered this morning because we have shared from the relationship of mother. We have shared of herself. We have shared of all that she has given unto us. And our purpose for gathering is to create vibrations which are pure, which are positive, that the soul will continue with. Either one out of two things will happen, and I am not here to judge. But only one out of two things could happen when life leaves this body. Is either we give moksha, complete liberation, or reincarnate to continue
The journey.
where we left off, our journey. Let us all devotees clasp hands and together as we chant this mantra towards our divine Lord. You know, Shaz rightly said that mother was a devotee of Bhagwan Jagmohan Swami. And remember you today, O divine Lord, we pray and we ask that the soul be comforted, that we all members of the family and the extended family we get the strength from you, divine Lord, to continue. Shota from the Ramcharitamanas. Om Ramaya Ramabhadraya Sri Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Narthaya Sitaya Pate Namah. Om Namami Bhaktavatsalam Kripalu Sila Komalam Bhajami Te Padambujam Akaminam Swadhamadam Nikamasyama Sundaram Bhavam Bhunatha Mandiram Prapullakanjalochanam Madalilochamochanam Pralambhabahu Vikramam Prabhu Pramaya Vaibhavam Nishangachapasayakam Dharitriloknayakam Namami Bhaktavatsalam Kripalu Sila Komalam Bhajami Te Padambujam Akaminam Swadhamadam. Adi Mapiti Bhagwan Ki Jai.
Thank you very much. Without further ado, we would like to invite the immediate family to come forward and pay their respects. And once the immediate family is completed, we will do a simple closing, and then we will invite everybody else to come forward and pay their respects while we exit at the same time. So at this time, I invite the Kirtan Mandali to sing a few bhajans whilst the immediate family come forward and pay their respects. Principal Sri Krishna Bhagwan Ki Jai.
Son, you have extra kush grass?
Okay.
You want it? Alright. Hello, everything inside there? Alright, now we're good. Now we're good.
Yeah, but green already.
बोलो श्री कृष्ण भगवान की जय। Please बोलो श्री कृष्ण भगवान की जय। So we have, may I have your attention please, as you try to be quiet while you pay your respect. We have one speaker from the mandir, from the village, that would like to share his sentiments. And we invite Mr. Motilalji to pay his respect. So please bear with us. We would like to leave in the next 10-15 minutes. So please pay attention.
Please join with me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. The previous speakers spoke about the soul and spirituality, but I just want to speak a little about the social impact that Toy in this existence means to our community. I mean, somebody pointed out 6 children. All these children are productive, contributing children to our society. None is a burden to our community or the nation. For an individual to produce these kind of children to be positive contributors of society is indeed great. In relation to our temple, the Satyadrishi Spiritual and Supporting Group, as Padit Kiran has said, Tanti was a pillar. I mean, when we had to ask volunteers who would sing out Hanuman Jayanti, she'll be the first. And now I think Samde has taken over this tradition of coordinating Hanuman Jayanti program. One of the special thing about Janti is that if you lived in this village, you would have eaten the food that she would have cooked. Every one of us would have eaten that food. And today, you know, I am afraid that we may not have that taste again. Because 2 special individuals from our community had this gift, Tati Shanti, Tati Toy. They had barakat in their hands, that regardless of whatever, it has food for everybody. Friends, today we think and we are privileged that we were able to spend time in her company. Because individuals like this, I don't know how often we'll be blessed to be in their company. But on behalf of the Satyadrishi Spiritual and Supporting Group, on behalf of the Satyadrishi Ramlila, you know, I want to really acknowledge the contribution that Tanti Toy has made. It is way beyond words. Her family, herself, to this community and to the nation at large. Because everything, we are in an ecosystem. Everything we do is interrelated or interconnected with one another. And her contribution to this community is so significant. I don't think, you know, these small programs will be able to accommodate her contribution. But I know we are running against time, but I want to conclude with this, that to Tanti, in the existence we knew her, to all members of this family, children, grandchildren, everyone, we want to say that Satyadrishi Spiritual and Supporting Group, the community of Lower Barrackpore, is very, very grateful and appreciative of the contribution that was made. We think of Bhagavan Shri Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki jai.
can we put our hands together wherever we are? And we say a prayer in our own way, in our mind, and the voice comes stand here again. And then we'll right, put flowers in your hand. You have flowers here. Take one. So wherever you are, you say a silent prayer in your mind for the welfare of the Artsman that was once called our mom, our grandmom, our friend, our neighbor, and so many names, so many relationships you have shared with all of us. Om Anadhe Nidhano Devaha Shankachakra Gadadaraha Akshaya Pundari Kaksha Preta Moksha Pradobhava Om Krishna Krishna Kripalotam Gatirna Gatirbhava Sansarnadhava Bhatnanam Prasidha Purushottamam Om Asatoma Satgamaya Tamsoma Jyotir Gamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Om Mantrahinam Kriyahinam Bhaktihinam Janardana Yad Pujitam Maya Deva Paripurnam Tadasame Om Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva Tvameva Vantu Chasaka Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Drahinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mamadeva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mamadeva Deva Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Om Tat Sat Prem Atma Shanti Om Tat Sat Prem Atma Shanti Om Tat Sat Prem Atma Shanti Ram Nam Ram Nam Ram Nam Praise the Lord Sri Krishna Bhagwan Ki Jai.
Did she come with you now?
Oh, yesterday I was ready. Poor father, contact my message them already. You have dropped that? Yeah, drop it. No, she have it for somebody. Tell her like that.
What you did? Sorry.
Yeah, that's why. Ready to go? Yeah. Right? Cross the close, bring your head on the side. Hey, are you bringing my Okay, thanks. Yeah.
Ram Nam! Ram Nam! Ram Nam!
और जाएंगे अकेला. And in a similar manner, when we take our exit, we shall leave alone. 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला. When we do take stock for our lives, we realize that this life is a very short visit to a mela. This is a world of strangers. No one is yours. Although everyone lives, I am still alone. आए भी अकेला और जाए भी अकेला. त्वमेव माता पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव
पञ्चतत्त्वशान्तिः ॐ सूर्यचक्षुषु गच्छतु आत्मात्मन्ध्या गच्छ पृथिवी च धर्म आपो वा गच्छयति च ततेहितम् औषधेषु प्रतिष्ठा शरीरे ॐ पञ्चतत्त्वशान्तिः पञ्चतत्त्वशान्तिः भवतु ॐ पञ्चतत्त्वशान्तिः भवतु ॐ पञ्चतत्त्वशान्तिः भवतु Panchatattva, Panch means 5 elements, Shanti means peaceful process, we say bring peace to the 5 elements, right? Yes. Take one cup of your right hand, break it in 4, and then try to Om Sri Om Adhyamupagotrasya Sri Om Adhyamupagotrasya Amkapretasya Dvarashe Annimitam Vishnu Devata Eshate Pindumayadiyati Tabu Pratishtatam. Om Adhyamupagotrasya Sri Dolly Jagmohan Pretasya Sri Chatvari Kechara Nimitam Aishate Pindumayadiyati Tabu Pratishtatam. Adhyamupagotrasya Amkapretasya Sri Talanjali Mayadiyati Tabu Pratishtatam. That's your process. You gotta repeat right. Now lift. Ram Nam.
From this side.
So go ahead. Ram Nam. Ram Nam. Ram Nam. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama Hare Hare. That's okay. Do best as you can. Surya Chakshatu Gacchatu Bhagavatam Jnanam Cha Gaccha Prathavi Cha Abhuvagam Chayati Tattate Hitam Aushadesho Pratishta Sharire Om Panchatattva Om Panchatattva Shanti Bhavatu Om Panchatattva Shanti Bhavatu Adhyamupagotrasya Dolly Jagmohan Pretasya Chatvari Kechara Nimitam Aishate Pindumayadiyati Tabu Pratishtatam. Chatvari Kechara Nimitam Aishate Pindumayadiyati Tabu Pratishtatam. Narayanaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Shri Krishnaya Govindaya Namo. Adhyamupagotrasya Sri Dolly Jagmohan Pretasya Prashanto Bhutanamna Nimitam Rudra Devata Eshyate Pindumayadiyate Tabu Pratishtatam. Nam, Ram Nam, Ram Nam, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Om Gotrasya Sri Dolly Jagmohan Chetasya Sri Gangajal Snanamayadiyate Tavo Pratishtata Narayanaya Govindaya Namo Namaha Sri Krishnaya
No problem.
Surya Chakshachu Kakchatu Vata Matam Atman Jnanam Chakakcha Pratavicha Dharma Apuva Kakchayati Katsate Hitam Ushadeshu Pratishti Sharirai Om Panchatattva Shanti Om Panchatattva Shanti Bhavatu Om Panchatattva Shanti
That saved us so much. Because we had to stop at 8 o'clock. So it was downstairs already, and it's like we didn't have to do anything.
Ram Nam, Ram Nam, Ram Nam, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare. Some water. Take some water. Where do you leave? Sprinkle 3 times. Om Madhyamukha Gotrasya Sri Dolly Jagmohan Pretasya Sri Gangajal Snanamayadiyate Tavo Pratishtatam. Arti. You can't find Adiya. Govindaya Namo Namaha. Sri Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Om Surya Chakshushu Gakshatu Vatamahyam Cha Dhyanam Cha Gakcha Pratavi Cha Dharma Apo Va Gakchayati Tatra Te Hitam Aushadeshu Pratishti Sharirai Om Panchatattva Shanti Bhavatu. Jai Krishna Hare Sri Krishna Hare. Simplify. Dukhiyon ko dukha dur kare. Jai 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 Krishna Hare. Jai Krishna Hare. Sri Krishna Hare. Dukhiyon ko dukha dur kare. Kalian panggil aku. Sama? You say a prayer? Say a prayer for me. So I invite Panditji to say a prayer for us as we have it. So put all our hands together.
Arima Pitra Bhagavani Ki Jai. We pray to Bhagavan, asking that with this transition for the soul of Mama be a peaceful one. None of us were perfect, and so we all falter from time to time. If she has faltered knowingly or unknowingly, we beg for Kshama. Hari Om. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Pato Danurdana, Tatra Sri Vijayo Bhutravani Tirmatirmama, Anatini Danu Deva, Shankha Chakra Garadhara, Akcha Pundari Kaksha, Pretamoksha Pradurbhava, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Harima Pitravani Ki Jai. Thank you.
you. Alright, so now 5 pieces of gold, eyes, nostrils, and Om Adhyamukha Gotrasya Dolly Jagmohan Pretasya. Go ahead, Lal, go ahead and put it. Sonamayadi Ateta Bhuva Pratishtatam. Alright, both eyes, or only eyes, only eyes. Only eyes. Help him. I'll help him. Raise up, last. Help him and nostrils. You on this side, come pick up all the flowers and put it in there. Next one, you pick up the flowers and help him put it in there. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Om Sri Govindaya Namo Namaha. Om Adhyamukha Gotrasya Dolly Jagmohan Pretasya Prashantu Bhutanamnam Nimitam Rudra Devata Eshate Pindumaya Diyate Tapu Pratishtatam. Om Rudra Devata Eshate Pindumaya Diyate Tapu Pratishtatam. Adhyamukha Gotrasya Sri Dolly Jagmohan Pretasya Shava Haste Sadhaka Nimitam Preta Devata Aishate Pindumaya Diyate Tavo Pratishtatam. Om Adhyamukha Gotrasya Sri Tilanjali Maya Diyate Tavo Pratishtatam.
Alright fellas, flip that in the bag and you want to from the chest, come straight to it.
See the extra flowers.
Yeah, come on. Top chest on that chest.
Let's have a chest on that chest.
Let's reference just
Sri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhajamana Parana Pavavayita.
roll off the sleeve.
Kanja Lochana Kanja Mukhakara Kanja Pada Kanjarunam Kanta Amita Chabinavaniya Niraj Sundaram Patapita Manahu Taditaruchi Suchi Naumi Janaka Sutagaram Vajudina Bandhu Dinesha Danav Jaitya Vanshani Kandanam Raghunanda Ananda Kanda Koshala Chandra Dasharatha Nandanam Sira Mukta Kundala Tilaka Charu Udara Anga Vibhushanam Ajanu Bhuja Shara Chapadara Sangrama Chitakara Dushanam Iti Badita Tulasi Dasa Shankara Shesha Muni Manaranjanam Mama Hridaya Kanjani Vasa Kuru Kamadi Kalatala Kanjanam Shri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhajamana Arana Pavavayarunam Nava Kanja Lochana Kanja Mukhakara Kanja Pada Kanjarunam Shri Ram दिन छूटी जाहि संसार जिनके लाख पर दीप बरत है जिनके लाख पर दीप बरत है जातो हाथ पसार हो जातो हाथ पसार एक दिन छूटी जाहि संसार एक दिन छूटी जाहि संसार लाज रंग कोई नहीं चिंतता लाज रंग कोई नहीं चिंतता सबके करत आहार हो सबके करत आहार एक दिन छूटी जाहि संसार एक दिन छूटी जाहि संसार प्रेम से बोलो श्री कृष्ण भगवान की जय श्यावर रामचंद्र की जय राम नाम राम नाम राम नाम right Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Copy lighter अयोध्या मथुरा माया काशी काशी अवंतिका पूर्वे द्वारवती के ये सप्त मोक्षदायिकाः सप्त मोक्षदायिकाः सप्तधामस्थिनो भवतु ओम करव्याधम अग्नि परेरोमि दूरं यमराज्यो गच्छतु विप्रवाह इवैवामित्रो जातवेदो देवेभ्यो सभ्यं वहतु प्रजानं ओम श्री करव्याय नमः
Excuse, could we get some assistance and move all the tent and chairs, please? One person holding concrete, one holding post, so it's less strain for everybody.
Ready? Let's sit down. Let's sit down. We're getting dizzy.
I guess we'll back.
That's already up there. You smart, you want that.
Ready? Let's be back here, fellas. Om Indraya Swaha. Om Gangaya Namah Swaha. Om Somaya Namah Swaha. Om Bhuhu Swaha. A little bit there. Bhuhu Swaha. Om Bhuvaha Swaha. Om Swaha Swaha. Om Lophaya Swaha. Om Tvache Swaha. Om Lohitaya Swaha. Om Medabhaya Swaha. Om Asebhaya Swaha. Om Snayubhaya Swaha. Om Astibhaya Swaha. Om Ajabhaya Swaha. Om Retase Swaha. Om Payave Swaha. Om Ayasaya Swaha. Om Prayasaya Swaha. Om Sanyasaya Swaha. Om Vyayasaya Swaha. Om Dhyasaya Swaha. Om Shuchi Swaha. Om Shujate Swaha. Om Shojamanaya Swaha. Om Shokaya Swaha. Om Tapase Swaha. Om Tapyate Swaha. Om Tapyamanaya Swaha. Om Taptaya Swaha. Om Dharmaya Swaha. Om Nishkrityai Swaha. Om Prayaschityai Swaha. Om Veshajaya Swaha. Om Yamaya Swaha. Om Antakaya Swaha. Om Pratyave Swaha. Om Brahmane Swaha. Om Brahmatyaya Swaha. Om Vishwebhyo Devebhyo Namo Swaha. Om Pyava Prithvibhyam Swaha. Right? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Swaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Swaha. Right? Take some photo. No, one second. Om. Take some photo. Om Kravyagna Agni Namaha. Om Kravyad Agni Namaha. Om Kravyade Namaha. Very good. So now, Jojo will direct you. He's giving you the puchara. And your chance.
You have to do the animation. Talking about the photo.
श्रोतं यदा करसे जात वेदो मैनं परिहेता पृथभय ॐ यदा गच्छतु सुनीति ॐ सूर्यचक्षुषु कक्षुषु वर्तमानं यादृश्यं च पृथिवी च धर्म आपो वा गच्छति यति तत्र ते हितम् औषधेषु प्रतिष्ठा शरीरे ॐ अजो भगस्तपसातं तपस्वतं ते शोषिस्तपतूतं ते अर्चि यास्ते शिवास्तंभो जातवेदस्ताभीर वहेन सुकृतासु लोकम् ॐ अवा सृजा पुनरग्ने पितृभ्यो यस्त आयुतश्च रति स्वधाभिः आयुर्वसाना उपवेतु शेषश गच्छतां तन्वाजातवेदः ॐ अनाथि निधनो देवः शङ्खचक्रगदाधरः अक्षय पुण्डरीकाक्ष प्रेतमोक्षप्रदो भव.
Yeah, they were not good. The overs, so the wood will come there. Wouldn't have put the bicycle.
Bongo.
Using now for the
give the fella in the back. You open this one, open this jug of this water.
Yeah.
And pour 10 handfuls. 10 handfuls, and he will tilt his hand off, right? Yeah. 10 handfuls, and then we empty this. All of it off. Om. Om. Adhyamukha Gotrasya Mukha Pretasya Sri Dolly Jagmohan Pretasya Eshatila Toyanjali Ste Mayadiyate Tavu Pratishtatam. Right? Continue. Count. Somebody count, right? Om Adhyamukha Gotrasya Sri Dolly Jagmohan Pretasya Eshatila Toyanjali Ste Mayadiyate Tavu Pratishtatam. 10. So you come for him. 10. Om Adhyamukha Gotrasya Dolly Jagmohan Pretasya Aishatil Toyanjali Ste Mayadiyate Tavo Pratishtatam. Om Adhyamukha Gotrasya Sri Dolly Jagmohan Pretasya Sri Aishatil Toyanjali Ste Mayadiyate Tavo Pratishtatam. Om Adhyamukha Gotrasya Sri Dolly Jagmohan Pretasya Aishatil Toyanjali Ste Mayadiyate Tavo Pratishtatam. Until you water. Om Adhyamukha Gotrasya Dolly Jagmohan Pretasya Aishatil Toyanjali Ste Mayadiyate Tavo Pratishtatam. Narayanaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Sri Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Narayanaya Sureshishta Lakshmi Kanta Janardanaha Anena Tarpanenardam Preta Moksha Prado Bhava. Om. Om Adhyamukha Gotrasya Dolly Jagmohan Pretasya Aishatil Toyanjali Ste Mayadiyate Tavo Pratishtatam. Om Adhyamukha Gotrasya Dolly Jagmohan Pretasya Aishatil Toyanjali Ste Mayadiyate Tavo Pratishtatam. Om Adhyamukha Gotrasya Dolly Jagmohan Pretasya Aishatil Toyanjali Ste Mayadiyate Tavo Pratishtatam. Om Narayanaya Sureshishta Lakshmi Kanta Janardanaha Anena Tarpanenardam Preta Moksha Prado Bhava. Preta Moksha Prado Bhava. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Narayanaya Sureshishta Lakshmi Kanta Janardanaha Anena Tarpanenardam Preta Moksha Prado Bhava. Preta Moksha Prado Bhava. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Alright, line up here. Let me just say a closing prayer. Empty your rest. Put your hand right and use it. Om Govindaya Namo Namaha. Sri Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Om Narayanaya Sureshishta Lakshmi Kanta Janardanaha Anena Tarpanenardam Preta Moksha Prado Bhava. Preta Moksha Prado Bhava. Om Anadhi Nidano Devaha Shankar Chakra Gadadaraha Akshaya Pundari Kaksha Preta Moksha Prado Bhava. Preta Moksha Prado Bhava. Alright, touch the ground and touch your head. And then loosen the knot on top and unroot the grass. Loosen the knot on top and unroot the grass. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Very good. Your rings, if you still have them, you're going to loosen it. And either put it in the basket because I'll have water down there and put it in the bottle. Right? So you could put your rings in the flower basket. Right? Extras? Yeah, plenty. Right? That comes with everything.
Yeah.